Here is today's gospel reading from Mark chapter 5, verses 1 to 20. The Demoniac of Gerasenes. And when Jesus had crossed over and was in the region of the Gerasenes, there came running to him from the city a man possessed by demons, and he cried out, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of God? Have you come here to torment me? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." And he cried out, "I beg you, torment me not. But if you cast out the demons from me, let them go into the swine, and so they will destroy themselves." For he said to him, "You have many possessions, but you are possessed." And he asked him, "What is your name?" Who said, "My name is Legion, for we are many." And Jesus said to them, "Go out, you unclean spirits, and come out of him." Then they came out, and immediately the swine were filled. And the herd began to trample on them and to tear them in pieces. When those who had charge of the pigs saw what had happened, they fled and told it in the city and in the country. They took him and brought him to Jesus, and they begged him to depart out of their region. And as he was getting into the boat, he who had been possessed by the demons begged him that he might be with him. But he sent him away with a word, and he went his way, sorrowful that he had been made well. Many times throughout my life, I have experienced sickness and suffering, as all of us have. And many times throughout my life, I have prayed for healing. And sometimes I was healed, and sometimes I wasn't. And this story of the demoniac of Gerasenes helps me understand why I was not always healed. In this passage, we see a man who has a legion of demons tormenting him. He is so tormented that he doesn't even know who he is or where he is. He runs to Jesus, crying out to him for mercy. Now, in Matthew's Gospel, this man had 4,000 demons inside of him, which is a lot of torment. This man is not only tormented mentally and emotionally, but physically as well, so much so that he lives in a state of constant agony. When he sees Jesus, though, he knows who Jesus is. He knows that Jesus has power over the demons that are tormenting him. And so he comes to Jesus and begs him to cast the demons out of him. Now, Jesus could have just cast the demons out of the man and left them without any particular direction, and I think that's what this man expected. But instead, the demons come out, and Jesus sends them into the pigs, who then destroy themselves. Now, some people want to read this passage and just focus on the fact that demons can possess people and that they can be cast out by Jesus, and that's an important part of this passage. But I think there's another important lesson here, too. When these demons were cast out of the man, they didn't just disappear. They needed a new host, and they found it in the pigs. And what this tells me is that when the demons are cast out of people, they don't just go to hell immediately. They're allowed to wander around for a time, looking for someone else to possess. That's why it says in the book of Ephesians, "Resist the devil, and he will flee." The demons will flee if you resist them. They will not fight you if you resist them. They will seek out someone else to torment. And I think that's what happens with people who are tormented by the enemy. Sometimes the enemy torments them for a time, and then he lets them go. Why? So that he can find someone else to torment. My friend, the enemy has enough torment already. He doesn't need any more. So the next time you are tempted to feel sorry for yourself because you've suffered and you're still suffering, remember this passage and realize that maybe the reason you're still suffering is so that you can be a blessing to someone else. Because once the demons leave you like they left this man, they will try to find someone else to torment. And they will torment that person until Jesus comes and delivers them. Until tomorrow, grace and peace be with you.